Alright, what's going on, you guys? This is Hyperion-Blue-GT, and this is it. Round 40 of the Nations Cup on Gran Turismo Sports. So we'll be racing on an Autodrome Lago Maggiore Grand Prix for 9 laps, and we'll be using the Red Bull X2019 competition for this race. So this will might be able to have the top 16 superstars will be able to be required if you're already become a driver rating S. So this will might be the best choice that this will might be able to participate, but this will be able to use it on the driver rating S only. So this will might be able to go for the regular race that this will might have a good regulation will might get started. So let's just gonna go and bring out the Red Bull X2019 competition. So let's go and get started to begin. So hope you're enjoying watching the video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. If you want to see some more entertainment of the video, so feel free to enter anytime. So this is going to be able to get started for one good race that this will might be prepared to get started. So hope this is going to be a very good moment of this race. So since the last time to be raced on Fuji Speedway, so this is going to be a very tough challenge for us, because looks like taking a lot of pressure that this is gonna needs to take a lot of excellent speed that this will might perform. So good thing that this is gonna be able to have an updated livery design on my UDRS X2019 competition. So well, the tire regulations that this will might be required to use with the racing medium and soft tires. So this is gonna get everything will be needed to be able to make sure that the choices will might get everything started to be made. So let's just gonna go and get started, and this is gonna be another tough race that this is gonna be able to have to beat this lap time that this will might be able to go in. So it is gonna be perfectly good to be able to race on an Autodrome Lago Maggiore, but it will might be able to take good skilled turns if this is definitely might be quite comfortable to good at. So maybe this is gonna be able to have to putting on safety signs that this will might be in case, because well, having a lot of hard spinouts like the last time to be raced on Fuji Speedway is a very difficult challenge, so we still might need to try to learn to master the X2019 competition, but this is definitely might be able to have a skills that this will be needed during the time of the race. Experts who participate in the Gran Turismo World Tour did very good to be able to use the Red Bull X2019 to be able to race on Sardinia Road Track A and even Spa-Francorchamps as well to be seen here in the World Tour in New York. So it is definitely might be very fun to see it, how fast can they go, because this is going to be a very tough competition that this is going to get everything we'll be ready for. So this is going to be able to take a lot of patience and plenty of skilled turns, so this is going to be able to take a lot of pressure that this is going to be able to keep everything we might be able to learn various turns that this is going to be able to take, because this is going to be very advanced. So it's going to be able to take a lot of encouraging speeds that this is going to be able to go in. Okay, trying to be able to take a little bit slower before taking in onto the last turn. So this is going to be able to take a 10-second time check that this is going to be able to go in. Alright, that should probably be able to do 1 minute and 40 seconds by the time. So this is going to be able to have to take the second lap. So it will might be able to perform a fast lap, because this is going to be able to take a lot of risk that this is going to be able to perform. But it is going to be very hard to be able to stay on the throttle, but don't get too aggressive while taking the turn. Is definitely might be losing the grip that this will might lose a lot of focus that this is going to might need to be in case. Okay, let's just going to be able to take a good throttle that this is going to be able to take a lot of speed that this is going to be able to go in. Okay, going to take that approach. So it's going to be able to take plenty more hard turns. It's going to be able to go there. Okay, take a good throttle on the turns, and then this is definitely might be easily losing the effects of the grip that this is definitely might need it in case. So taking 9 laps around the track that this is going to be very fast and quick. So just going to be able to make sure, just try to stay your cool whenever you really want to be able to master the X2019 for the endurance race. So this is going to be able to take a very big longer that will be able to take a lot of practice that this will might be used in the GT League. But well, this is definitely might be able to have the real deal to be able to take part of the Nations Cup event, because this is gonna might need to be able to take a lot of chances to be able to go there. Okay, this is gonna be able to make 1 second gap that this is gonna be able to coming in. So it's gonna be able to take circular skills that this is gonna be hard to perform. Alright, that should do it. Now, this is going to be able to take another lap time until this is going to get everything will be skilled that this is going to be a very hard one to be able to stay on hold, to be able to make the throttle loop might be able to get in. So it's going to be a very tough one for this race, so trying to make sure stay control by using the X2019, just make sure this is going to be able to have the example that we might be able to have a hard time using it, but better make sure try not to exit out. That might be able to lose the effect of the driver rating. So just going to be able to make sure have a good race and do the best you can, because this one might be able to going in for the next Nation Cup event until whenever Colibri Digital is giving us a heads up to be able to reminding us that, well, it will notify us on the GT website that this one might be able to check on some new events going on. So, well, good thing that this is going to be quite perfect, that this is going to be able to take another round for an X2019 race. But we still learning to be able to master this new race car, that this one might be able to dominate the competition, is definitely might be able to take it to the next level. But it is going to be able to take a little bit hard time if we must be able to master to have a good capability race car driver, that this is going to be able to drive fast just like a Formula 1 race car. But it will might take skills that this one might be able to take the courage, will might be able to go in. Okay, let's just going to be able to stay on the throttle, that this is going to be able to make it much higher it could get. So it will might take the hillside right turn, is definitely might be able to take it nice and easy, and better make sure try not to lose the grip or not taking too much aggressive. That could be able to take one serious problem that we might be able to loosen up on the effects of the turn that this race is definitely might be needed in case. Okay, this is going to be able to take plenty more skilled turns, it's going to be able to keep going. Okay, that should probably able to take 5 seconds until this is going to be able to take a good skilled rush. There you go. Now this is going to be able to take good pace, that this is going to be able to go there. So this is going to be able to take enough time until this is going to be able to stay on it. Hope this is going to be able to take gap distance from a little bit behind. This is going to be able to have a fatal run that this is going to be able to perform. Alright. Just stay on the ahead and make sure just stay behind on the gap that this will might be needed to increase the more improved lap time we might be able to go there. Okay, going on the throttle to be able to make a good velocity, that this is going to be able to stay on track, that this is going to be able to keep it going. This is going to be able to take plenty of skilled turns, that this is going to be able to go there. Okay. That's probably excellent good speed, that this is definitely might need to be able to stay on track to keep going. There you go. One pressure speed on the throttle, that this is going to be able to go there. So this is going to be able to get everything will be ready. So hope this is going to be a very tough race for this moment, folks, because this is going to be able to go there to be able to take the last round on the Nations Cup until we will move on in onto the Manufacturer Series. So, good thing we enjoyed the GR Super GT Cup. We did the best moments we can enjoy, because we will always be remembered to have the best moments we can race. If this is going to be able to have a part of a good racing highlights, that this will might be quite very good to be able to enjoy it. So, looks like this is going to be able to take a good moment of this race. So, hope this is going to be a very fast one for this race until this is going to get everything we'll be able to get started to be prepared. So let's just going to go and get started to join in session until this is going to be at the best moment of this race we might be prepared. So this will be quite very challenging to go down history. So Bear have to keep practicing, and then this will might be doing good that this is going to be able to go on to be able to get started. So it only has to take for a few moments, so we will do the best we can. Put it out for, so looks like this is going to be able to take up one fast. It's going to get everything we'll be ready for. So looks like this is going to be able to have all the best GT players that has the higher points that they have. So this is going to be able to get everything we might be able to go there to be able to get started for. So let's just going to be able to get ready. So looks like sometimes a very challenging race is going to be a very harder challenge we can get. So let's just going to go and be prepared for this warm up until this one might be able to go pit out, as everything will be able to go started as possible. So well, let's see how this one might work out, that this is going to be able to have to take for only good racing soft tires, that this is going to be able to stay on track to keep it going. Okay, everyone's on board, and now this is going to be able to take plenty of skills that this is going to be able to perform. So this is going to be a very tough handling that this is going to might need to get there for. So well, hope this is going to be able to start out on last place by the grid, that this is definitely might be needed to be able to go there. So well, it is going to be a very fast-paced competition, so it's going to be able to take plenty more grip work that we should definitely might needed to be able to get there. But it is definitely might be able to needs a traction control, that this is going to be able to stay on track, that this is going to be able to keep it on hold to endure. So it's going to be able to see how it turns out. So it will might need to be able to drive faster as much as possible to be able to be very quick, be skillful, and be challenging. Challenging is going to get everything what we have to do. Now let's just going to get everything, we might keep it going until this is going to be able to have to take one fast pace lap for only 10 minutes around the track, that this is going to be able to go in, because this is going to be able to take plenty of practice. So good thing that this is going to be able to do a lot of work, that this is going to get everything we'll be able to get started for. Okay, going in, take the dot in, and then well, looks like this is going to be good to be able to have Rasmus Original to be able to have a good response. So have a good race. And now this is going to be able to take a lot of work, that this is going to get everything we'll be prepared for. Now let's see, this is going to be able to take 10 minutes of the qualifying time until this is going to get everything we'll be ready to see how fast can it go, because taking improved fast lap is definitely might be able to go on, and this is going to be able to see how it goes. Alright, first one, next middle one is definitely might be able to go in, and then this is going to be able to start out for it. Now this is going to be a very qualifying strategy for this race, so tire and fuel wear is definitely might be in place, that this is going to be able to keep in check. So it's going to be able to take a little bit more grip focus, that this is definitely might be able to stay strong and stay on focus to be able to keep on track. And make sure, just going to be able to watch out for any collision whenever definitely might be going too aggressive. So it's going to be able to take plenty of grip work, that this is going to might need to stay strong to be able to perform. So safety on during the race is definitely important, and experts really want to go for it, because they are really good to be able to race by using the X2019, is definitely might be able to drive faster and keep everything on going. So it's going to be able to take some time, that this is going to be needed to be able to take the throttle, we might be able to go in. Just going to be able to take that hillside turn is definitely might be very hard to perform. Okay, looks like Dustin B3 is here once again for another round of the race, so he could probably be able to take some skilled turns, that this is going to be able to keep it up. So hope this is going to be able to take a little bit more patient time on the turn, is going to be able to stay on it. Okay, just going to be able to take a little bit throttle on the hold, and then just going to be able to stay on it, and then this is going to be able to take a little bit time to perform. Alright, SR on the green, so let's go and get started. This is going to be able to get started to take some very hard turns to be able to use for the X2019. So it might be able to take plenty of throttle that this might need to get there to be able to stay on it. Okay, probably able to do this, and now this is going to be able to get a good progress, that this is going to be able to perform a lot of good excellent speed. This might give something for handling about, that this is going to be able to have to stay on focus, that this is going to be able to perform the inside, that this is going to be able to get long. Okay, don't lose that grip. This is going to be able to make sure, because staying focused during the time of the race, that this might stay on the grip, that this is going to be able to go there. Okay, 7 minutes on the time, so this is going to be able to go there. So, well, it's like Justin Creed just passes me, and now this is going to be able to take a little bit more risk to take to be able to stay on it. But, well, hope this race is going to be able to take a little bit challenging and tougher ways. So this is going to be a very difficult one during this time of the race, but sometimes experts really want to go for it because it's easy to be able to perform. Okay, looks like this is going to be a very risk, so I could probably be able to force this weight to slow down and let Cobra X2019 to go in. Okay, looks like that was definitely might be able to have to take a little bit more time, and then this is going to be able to have 1 minute and 44 seconds on the clock. Well, this is going to be able to take a little bit more hard turns to be able to go in by the pace. Okay, so same as always, to be able to check the tire grip, that this is going to be able to turn out well. So maybe this is going to be a very tough one during this time in this fast race. It's going to be able to go in. Okay, let's just going to be able to try to go fast and go in. So it definitely might be able to take a little bit more fast pace, that this is going to be able to go in. And yep, this is how it happens, that this is going to be able to take too much over aggressive. It definitely might be quite possible. Okay, now let's see, this is going to be able to take some time to be able to recover it. Okay, now this is definitely might be going a little bit over throttle, that this is definitely might be having a little bit handling issues to be turned out to see it. Okay, looks like that was a very hard turn to get, so this is might need to be able to get everything going. So, okay, looks like this is going to be very longer, that this is going to be very hard to take. This is going to might need to be able to take plenty of braking balance, that this one might need to put on for. Okay, looks like this is going to be a very difficult one, folks. Okay, now this is definitely might be having the better call, that this one might be needed to be able to go to the pit stop. So now this is how it happens, because that might be causing a handling issues, that this is definitely might be turning out, because this is going to be able to take some time to be able to do some maintenance repairs. Okay, so another spin out happens every time, so looks like deja vu all over again. So this is definitely might needed to be able to make sure, because this is going to be a very hard time, that this is going to need to stay on track, that this is going to be able to perform. So give way to faster cars, that this is going to be able to proceed. Well, I don't know that this is going to be able to see how it turns out, but this is going to be quite turn out, that this is going to be able to force all the way in to be able to get everything back on it. So yeah, this is how it happens, that the tires is definitely might be able to decrease the grip amount. Now looks like just going to be able to have the crew to be able to get ready to change up the tires. So this is definitely might be able to have everything need to set a new qualifying time, because we're still trying to learn, but it is definitely might need to be able to be very possible that this is going to be able to stay strong to go in. So if possible, that this is definitely might need to stay on in TCS1, so that could be safer. So it will might do better, to be able to have to play nice, to be able to stay racing, that this is going to be able to go in. Okay, it's just going to be able to take a little bit more time, and then this is going to might need to be able to give a well managed on the throttle, that this is going to might need to stay on track in case. Okay, looks like just going to be able to make sure, try not to make full contact on Socko Crowley, so try not to have a penalty received. Okay, giving a good throttle, and this is going to be able to stay there. Well, looks like starting out on last place is definitely might be very long ways to get there, so, well, hope this race is going to get very messy around, but if we have to try and keep it up until this is going to be able to stay strong, we might get there, so hope this is going to be able to take a little bit more grip amount, so it will might be able to do perfectly if we can. So it's going to be able to take plenty of possibility turns, is going to be able to keep going on, so it is definitely built for, designed for a one fast formula competition car. It is definitely might be able to be ready for. So it definitely might be able to take a lot of speed, that this is going to be able to go in. So looks like it's only down for 1 minute and 26 seconds by the clock. So it will might be able to see how it goes, to be able to perform the one excellent performance fast lap, because it's going to be a very insane race that this is going to be able to go in. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take plenty of efforts of the best skilled grip that this is going to be able to take, because this is going to be able to take the throttle, that this is going to be able to make it much longer it takes, but better have to make sure that this is going to be able to make one good handling contact, that this is going to be able to stay on it, so it definitely might be able to take plenty of much communication turns, that it is going to be able to take a little bit more time to get there. Okay, looks like this is going to be able to take good straight, that this is going to be able to go there, so this is going to be able to take a little bit time of the turn, so looks like giving one brake is definitely might be going in, and then, well, looks like it happens all the time, that this is going to be able to be very careful, that this may easily loosen up the grip, that this is going to be a very tough race, that this is going to be able to go in. Okay, looks like this is going to be able to take 10 seconds on the time until this is going to be able to go in. Okay, looks like that should probably do it until this might be it. So this is going to be able to start out on 19th place, because, well, this is going to be a very tough race, that this is going to be able to be ready for the most hardest race we can get. Drive faster and takes a lot of grip is definitely might be commonly important. So this is going to be a very longer takes, that this is going to be able to take plenty more minutes of this time, that this is going to be very intense to be able to see how it turns out to be. But experts dominate the X2019, because beginner racers will might be able to take a lot of times, that this is going to be able to take plenty more patience if we have to be able to be successful for this time of the race, that this is going to be able to go there. Now, it is definitely might be very difficult if we must be able to succeed, to be able to take plenty competition skills, that this is going to be able to go in by the turns. But even so, that we're having the best moments during the time in the Nations Cup since the beginning of the year, so it will might be able to take plenty of times that this will might need it to be ready for. So I hope that this is going to be able to have the second time for another X2019 race, is definitely might be able to go in. So if we must to be able to have its own ways to be able to keep it up, to be able to stay strong, will also to stay faster we can get. Because let's just going to make sure this is going to be a very tough race for another round like the last time on the Fuji Speedway. So it will might be able to go in, so it will might need to take a lot of courage to be able to master the Red Bull X2019 competition. So it will need to be able to stay focused, will might be needed to be able to keep it up. So it will also comes down to this, folks, because every tough race will might have the chance to be able to take the courage. So it is going to be able to take a lot of tough racing moments. We might be able to succeed. So here's the important strategy for this race, because this is going to be able to take 9 laps around the track. So it is going to be able to be ready to be able to get started. So looks like this is going to be able to scroll up to be able to see how it goes. So Ratia's original is definitely responded again for it. So this is going to be the hard one, folks. So let's just going to be able to have a top one to be able to have a title. This is the top. Okay, top race. Okay, so looks like this is going to be able to be ready and get started. So this will be the top race. So good luck, and let's go and get started. This is it, folks. Round 40 of the Nations Cup on Gran Turismo Sports. So here we go. Let's get everything to get started. So this is the best moment of all. So here's Tucked-In Love with the Red Bull X2019 competition with the red, yellow, and blue. Second place is Ratia's original. And here's third place is Sierra 2145 with the blue X2019. Fourth place is Cobra 0699 with a USA livery style variant. Fifth place is Skypon HOS with the US style Red Bull X2019. And here's sixth place is Justin B3. Nice livery. And seventh place is Scuba Stew 1 with a Red Bull X2019 carbon style. And here's eighth place is Cycle Crowley with a nice good livery style. And here's CS Vernon up in ninth place. And here's 10th place is Dusty B6001. And 11th place is Roller 027 with a gray livery Red Bull X2019. 12th place is Run 3 RMS 13. 13th place is Serge Fiercely with a Red Bull livery variant X2019. 14th place is Haywood with a carbon style variant. 15th place is Dudu 2203 with the original carbon fiber. 16th place is Nibro with a purple style Red Bull X2019. 17th place is C Raccoon 23 with a green style. 18th place is Trincha Barisa 96. 19th place is myself with a Red Bull X2019 UDRS livery variant. And 20th place is Rider on the Storm with a carbon style. So this is it. The moment of all the racing events in the Nations Cup has come down to this. Racing on the X2019 is going to get started. So here we go. This is going to be the best racing moment we can take. The top moment and the faster moment is going to be on the take. So here we go. Green light is going to be able to start right about now. Now this is going to be a very fast-paced race, and then looks like collision is definitely might be going on, so it definitely might be able to be very careful, because this is going to be a very bumpy for this time in the race. So let's just going to be able to make sure, let this be a friendly race, that this is going to be able to go all the way in. So this is going to be a very tough one if we have to be able to succeed, because this is going to be a very intense situation of this race. It is going to get everything on the way. But it's going to be a very bumpy during the time in the race, because this is the finals. so this is going to be a no turning back for the moment, so it's going to get everything closer to be ready. Now this is going to be able to take plenty of grip that this is going to be able to take for every strategy, so this is going to be able to get loosened up and then be very cautious whenever it gets possible to be able to go there. Because this is going to be a very tough one, that this is going to be able to take a lot of speed, that this is going to be able to keep it up. So this is a very tough battle for this race. So let's prove the fastest work. And now this is going to be able to do everything what they can to do. Now it's going to be able to go in and get closer to be able to be ready, because this is going to be able to take a lot of heavy braking points. It's going to be able to go all the way in. Now do the best grip, and then this is going to be able to take a lot of faster pace strategy. It's going to get everything will stay on track to go in there, because it's going to be a very challenging, sticky situation. It's going to get prepared to be able to stay on the pace. Now, looks like Haywood is definitely might be doing okay, so it's definitely might be able to get everything to stay on track, that this is going to be able to take plenty of grip to go there. So the tires is definitely important to be able to make sure, just use it wisely whenever you really need to stay on focus for taking a lot of grip pressure, that this is going to be able to hold. Now, looks like the second lap is going to be going in, and now this is going to be able to be ready to be able to take the faster one, that this is going to be able to go there, and then looks like Run 3 RMS 13 is now in 10th place, and then looks like Rider on the Storm takes 11th place, and now he's about to be able to catch up to be able to go there, and then this is going to be quite coming out to see it, and then decreased SR happens, that this is going to be coming out to occur. So be very careful wisely, because this is going to be a very tough race, that this is going to be able to have plenty of yellow flag holes in by any moment, but this is going to be able to be very cautious, just trying to make sure to be able to avoid collision as much as possible to be able to go in. Now it looks like there's the ignoring track limit problem going on, so it's definitely might be able to see for under investigation on the way. Now looks like Rider on the Storm, that might be starts out on 20th place, so he's taking on 11th place, that he's about to be able to take the moment. Will might be able to keep it up and keep everything going, that this is going to be able to stay on the pressure, that this is going to be able to take. Now this is going to be a very intense race to be able to see this one, folks, because this is going to be able to take a struggle, that this is going to be going in, and then looks like Cobra 0699 got a penalty by a second ago, because this is going to be able to take a one good stellar runner cycle, that this is going to be able to take a lot of pace, this is going to be able to go on, and then, oh man, looks like almost had it to be able to take the grip. Looks like Bradley's Original is now definitely might be in 13th place, and Cobra 0699 is definitely might be able to keep it up to be able to keep up on the chase. Now this is going to be a very contested race going on during the time of the challenge, so it is definitely might be getting serious for every racer, if they must be able to be very passive and be very calm. And this is going to be a very tough one if we have to be able to stay on the grip, that this is going to be able to make much longer it can get. Okay, so it's just going to be able to take a little bit slow patient time. It's going to be able to go in. Well, this is going to be very intense to see it. Now, Sierra 2145 takes the lead, so this is going to be a very tough battle, that this is going to be able to take the chase, is going to be able to going on. So, but it is going to be able to loosen up on the handle, that this is going to be able to take the throttle. Will might be able to go in, and then looks like a few other drivers are now trying to be able to keep it up, and then, oh, looks like there's another one again, because let's try to be able to be very careful, because this is going to be a very hard challenge, that this is going to be able to stay strong, to be able to stay focused by the grip. It is going to get everything very serious, that this is going to be able to take on for. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take a good turn, and then see Raccoon joins in for another run, and then looks like Cobra 0699 goes for another off-track moment to be able to try to keep it going, and then, oh, looks like this is definitely might be happening for another car, just definitely might be occur for it. So it looks like we just got one driver left to race, and now this is going to be a very hard moment to see this is going to be able to turn out, folks, because this is going to be a very long term of the struggle, that this is going to be able to get ongoing, to see this is going to be able to have a tough battle. It is going to be able to stay strong on this one. And now it looks like this is going to be able to take plenty of gap distance. It's going to be able to go there, folks, because it only takes 22 seconds, and now 23 seconds on the gap is going to be able to take longer it gets. So it is going to be able to take plenty of patience whenever it's going to be able to take a little bit more time that this is going to be able to go in. But that was a very intense challenge for this race. So if anybody thinks that they just wanted to be like any GT drivers from the World Tour, is definitely might be able to have a best relativity skills that this is going to be able to come up to perform, because that might take patience to be able to take plenty of skills to be able to master the X2019. Is going to be a very tough situation that this is going to might need to be able to take plenty of grip, that this is going to be, oh man, looks like almost had it to be locking up on the grip, and then looks like there it goes again. That might be loosening up on the grip. That might be having a lot of spin out going on. So looks like that might be caused C Raccoon 23 to be loosened up by a spin out. Well, that was going to be a very tough one, because this is definitely might be able to have a severe damage that might be taken for long. But I can't believe it that this is going to be a very tough intense, that this is definitely might be able to have a new tire, that this will might be able to be required to be able to come in. So that was definitely might be very difficult if we must to be very focused and be very careful about the collision has definitely might be going on, because that might be having a one troubling situation during the time of the race, because this is definitely might be able to see it. Now, looks like I had to be able to have to take one recovery to see this. Is definitely might be able to see this one, because this is going to be a one rear bumper damage that this is going to be able to take a little bit check to see it, because this is definitely might be loosened up, and then there it goes again. Now, this is going to be a very messy challenge for this race. So looks like Roller takes on 16th place. And now this is definitely might be what happens, because this is definitely might needed to be able to take a racing medium tires that this is going to be able to go in. Alright, this is going to be able to take 19th place, that this is going to be able to take the call in until this is definitely might be able to have it in for it, because this is going to be a trouble racing for this event, that this is going to be able to have the time for it. Now, let's just going to be able to go into the pit stop to be proceed as much as possible, because this is going to be able to have a one messy challenge that this is going to might need to be able to fix up the tires, and then this will might need a new one. But looks like UTRS Racing Team is having a problem, that this is going to be a very hard one, because this is going to be able to force all the way in onto the penalty line to be able to proceed. Now, it looks like Scuba Stu is now going in, and this is definitely might be having the best skills to be much as possible to be able to go in. Now, looks like going in onto the penalty line to force its way to slow down. Now, this is going to be a minute gap longer it can take, because this is going to be able to take a little bit more time, that this is going to be a very challenging situation, that this is going to be able to cost down for a driver rating. Sierra 2145 is now definitely might be going on to take the lead, is definitely might be going fast and quick. So he can probably be able to do it, because this is going to be able to take a little bit more ways to get on for. So that was definitely might be very stronger it can get there. Okay, looks like staying on track then, and then looks like moving on into the 6th lap is going to be able to go all the way in. Now, it's going to be a very difficult one, because this is going to be able to do everything that we can have to do it. So looks like one driver just left the race, and now this is going to be down to 18. Now this is definitely might be quite very see that every race can have a one very separate moment, because this is going to be able to take a little bit much longer, that this is going to be able to do a safer method to be able to use with the racing medium tires, is definitely might be able to go in. Now, looks like going in to take on for only 3 more laps to go, so this is going to be able to take a little bit remaining what's left of it, so this is going to be able to take a lot of intense challenge for having the moments of this race, is definitely might be able to keep everything going on to see it. Now, resuming on for the chase until this is going to be able to catch up on the other drivers, that this is going to be a very separate challenge situation, that this is going to be able to go in. Now, looks like Sierra 2145 is about to be able to approaching in on the last place position I'm at. it's going to be able to take the blue flag to be able to call in, to be able to give way to faster cars. So it definitely might be able to take plenty of much more hard turns to be able to get there. So it might be able to take plenty much more loosened up on the grip that this is going to might need to be able to take. Now, looks like Justin P3 takes third place, and now he's about to be able to go on to take the finish. It definitely might be on the way to be able to go there as soon as possible. Now, every racer can probably take the risk worth of mastering the skills of the Red Bull X2019 competition. It definitely might be very advanced that this is going to be able to do plenty of skills, that this is going to be able to go on the standard, that this is going to be going faster it can take. Okay, it's going to get very too aggressive that this is going to might need to be able to take some time to slow down. This is going to be able to take plenty of longer runs that this is going to be able to go there. Now, looks like this is going to be able to take 7 laps to move on, and then this is going to be able to keep going. Well, looks like this is definitely like Fuji Speedway all over again, so it definitely might be able to take some time, but it is going to be a very slow skills that this is going to might need to take. Well, it is definitely might be a poor performance that this is going to might need to take a lot of effort skills that this is going to be able to coming in. But every race also needs to be able to have find the passive skills, but the raw power skills is definitely might be too overpowered because it's definitely might be getting too aggressive and too powerful to be able to master it. But find the passive skills of this race is definitely might be able to take some plenty of skill to challenge if they really want to learn to succeed it, because they still try to learn to do the practice to be able to go in by the way to be able to keep it up on it. That's going to be a very tough challenge to see how fast can it go to be able to go get there to see it. So looks like this is going to be able to take some time, and then most of the other trouble drivers is definitely might be able to try to keep up, that this is going to be able to keep going to be able to do their best on their own X2019 competition car, because this is going to be able to take plenty of handling skills that this is going to might need to be able to go wider and heavier it can get, because this is going to be able to take the motivation that this is going to be able to stay on it, because it might take some time to be able to take one passive turn for another one, so it might do it perfectly that this is going to be able to do successful of the passive turn that this one might get. Okay, looks like here it goes. The blue flag just called in for it. Give way to faster car, so it looks like Sierra 2145 is now definitely might be on the way, and then looks like Scuba Stew 1 is now in the lead. So it's going to be able to take the best call that this is going to be able to go in to proceed to get there as soon as possible to be able to get on. Now, it's going to be a very tough one for having this race, folks, because that might be getting loosened up very easily. That might be triggered the call that this is definitely might be able to give way to faster cars to go in. So looks like Scuba Stew is now definitely in the lead. So looks like just going to be able to have a very best time that this is definitely might be able to have an endurance run hold grip that this is definitely might be able to proceed there. So looks like he's about to take the podium onto the last and final lap of the race, and now this is going to be it. He can probably take the podium, that this is going to be his best win, folks, because he can probably do it, because this is going to be a best race that he can get, because this is going to be able to take plenty of motivational skills that this is going to be able to go there. Okay, just going to keep eyes focused on the first place driver, and now he's about to be able to go there. Going to have to take a lot of good grip that this is going to be able to save some time until he'll be approaching in onto the final stretch. And now he has finally reached up on the podium to be able to take onto the checker flag, and now it looks like Scuba Stew 1 takes the winning spot on the podium, and now he has finally done it. So looks like that was a very tough race and a difficult challenge, because this is definitely might be very sloppy by giving the terms of this race is definitely might be going in. So looks like to the top 3 drivers have finally made it, and then this is definitely might be very good. But good thing that rider on the Storm is lucky to take 4th place finish, is definitely might be climbed up onto last place by the start. So that was a one challenging race, folks, because this is going to be able to take a lot of work that this is going to might need to take. But that was an excellent one make race challenge to be able to do successful racing skills that we can get, because this is going to be a very difficult challenge. If anybody could probably able to dominate the Red Bull X2019 competition, will be able to overcome the skills of racing to be able to race on every track. So looks like this is going to be able to have a last place finish and then the race position by 1. So that might be able to have a cause of a decreased driver rating, but it will might need to do a lot of work that this is going to be able to master the X2019 competition, because that was a very good race and a very challenging skills that this will might need to take, because it will might be able to try to keep it up, that this is definitely might be able to do whatever we can keep up. So just going to be able to congratulations to Scuba Stu 1 for his win. So he did good. He did very good to have a best sportsmanship rating that this is definitely might be going in to increase. So looks like this is going to be able to check the driver rating, and then still going intact that this will might be able to take on for. Well, looks like almost had it, because that was a very tough race going on to see how it turns out to be quite very intense. But well, we're still trying to learn to master the Red Bull 2019 competition, so it will might need to do a lot of practice if we can succeed to keep it up. So it will might be able to have a lot of good skills to be able to go there for it. So well, looks like Scuba Stu finally won 1st place by the race, so he can deserves to take the 1st place on the podium. Is definitely might be perfect to be able to succeed to achieve his greatest moments of every race. So well, but in the meantime, the results, so we might be able to keep up for the next Nations Cup event, because we did a lot of fun for every round of every race and different categories as well. We can enjoy it because we'll do the best what we can. So looks like it's finally done for the Nations Cup. So the event is not over for today, so this one might be able to have few race entries available for any GT players to be able to have a chance. So this is definitely might be a very best ways to be able to take a lot of competition for the Red Bull X 2019. So it will might take plenty of skills that this is definitely might need to be able to go in to be able to do a little safeties on during the time of the race. So it is going to be very hard if we must be able to be very passive, be contingency, and be very skillful. So better try not to go over aggressive. That might be able to have some serious issues going on during the time of the race, because we'll have to see this is going to be able to go on in for the next Nation Cup, because looks like we finally did on round 40th, because it is a challenging race, because looks like that was a very good event. Is definitely might be very competitive to be able to take on in any categories. We might be very good to be successful, and we did the best we can, because hope we can wait to be able to go on to be able to proceed into the next Nations Cup. So just going to be able to continuing on until this will might be able to do for next year's Nation Cup event. So I hope that this is going to be quite better than ever that we did whenever we can, because that was a very good race and a good series event. Is definitely might be very good to accomplish that every race we can always do the best what we can get. Alright folks, glad that you really enjoyed this race. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and bell for notification uploads, and the links in the description down below if you want to see more. That's it for the Nations Cup 2019 series. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you guys next time on Gran Turismo Sports, and I'll see you guys later. Keep on racing, stay cool.